Hi guys, this is Sadik from Debugging.com. In this video, we'll show you how to flash the latest LineageOS ROM based on Android 16 onto Poco F5. So please take a backup of all that on your phone and let's get started. So I made a video a couple of weeks back as well, but that was, you could see, not an official build, it was unofficial, but now we have got the support from the official LineageOS team. The ROM is now official. So with that in mind, from now onward, we'll only have a look at the official version, not the unofficial one. So keeping that in mind, let's get started. So first off, make sure you're on HyperOS 2 Android 15. If that's all well and good, then get the latest Android SDK from my article, extract them onto your PC, and you will get the following files. Let me show you, just give me a second. The following are the files inside Platform Tools folder, as you could see. Moving on, now enable USB debugging and OEM unlocking. The debugging is required for ADB command and OEM unlocking is required to unlock the phone. So let's now enable both the toggles. For that, go to settings from here. Then go to about phone and tap on OS version 7 times. Then go back and go to additional settings. Then go to dev options and enable the toggle next to OEM unlocking as well as USB debugging. Then checkmark I'm aware of all the risk. Then tap on OK after 10 seconds. So let's wait and now tap on OK. You might get one more prompt. So tap on allow in that prompt as well. And with this, the debugging now enabled. Let me verify that as well. For verification, type in CMD in the address bar of Platform Tools, hit the enter key. Now type in ADB devices and verify you are having an ID, as you could see in our case. So that's all well and good. So now you have to unlock the phone as well. For unlocking, you will have to use the HyperOS exploit approach, which is for the HyperOS 2. Let me show you. So this is the one. For this, I've also made a video. If you are not able to see the guide or you are having any issue with the guide, please have a look at the video as well, which should be here only. This is the video. And then unlock the phone for HyperOS 2. After that, please enable USB debugging once again. Once that is done, now let's boot our phone to Fastboot mode. So type in CMD over here. Okay, we already have a CMD window inside Platform Tools over here. So now type in the command of ADB, Reboot, Bootloader and hit the enter key. The phone should now be in the Fastboot mode in just a few seconds. So let's wait for that to complete. Once the phone is in the Fastboot mode, type in the command of Fastboot devices and hit enter. And you could now see we are having this ID. If you're not having this ID, then please install the Fastboot drivers onto your PC. We have a guide on that as well. You may have a look at my article and install the Fastboot drivers from here. Once you install the drivers, right click on the Windows icon and choose Device Manager. Then expand the Android phone section and verify your phone should be shown here as Android Bootloader interface. So this and the ID next to Fastboot signify your PC is able to see the phone in Fastboot mode. And we are now good to go ahead. So first off, get the ROM file and all the IMG file from the official LineageOS page, as you could see. So get the LineageOS ROM, the boot, DTBO, recovery, and the vendor boot. VB meta and the super MD are not required for now. Let's skip both of them. And once you've got all the other files, copy the file and paste the file inside the folder of Platform Tools. These are the 4 files for LineageOS. Copy it and paste it here. And remove the numbers from the end. If you have got any numbers, remove all of them. So we get the file as boot.img. Then we have the dtbo.img. After that is the recovery.img. And then we have the vendorboot.img. So once we have got all the 4 files, let's now flash the file onto our phone as well. So the commands are given here. First off, flash the boot file in the boot partition, copy the command, paste it here. The boot is now flashed. After that, let's flash the DTBO file. So copy the command, paste it here as well. Then we have the vendor boot. Copy it and paste it here. And finally, we have got the LineageOS recovery. So copy the command and paste the command here as well. And with this, we have flashed all the 4 files. Now let's boot the phone to the LineageOS recovery. Type in Fastboot, Reboot, Recovery, hit enter. The phone should now be in LineageOS recovery in just a few seconds. So let's wait for that to complete. And once that is done, your first action now is to do a phone formatting. This will wipe off all the data from your phone. So go to factory reset, format data once again, and data wipe is now complete. So go back, apply update, apply from ADB, and let's verify if it's for the ADB cycle mode or not. Type in the command ADB devices, and you could now see the phone is in the sideload mode. Let's flash the ROM. So copy the ROM zip file from here and paste the file inside the folder of Platform Tools, which is over here. Rename it to something shorter. Let's rename it to ROM, and the name becomes rom.zip. Now let's do an ADB sideload of the ROMs file. For that, type in the command of ADB sideload file name which is rom.zip, hit enter. The flashing will now start, take up to 4 to 5 minutes. So let's wait for that to complete. So guys, the flashing is now complete. If you want to flash any other zip file, then type on yes or else type on no. Since LineageOS does not have GApps, I'll show you how to flash GApps as well, which is optional, but I'll show you. So I will tap on yes. The phone will boot to the recovery mode once again. And now let's flash the GApp packages as well. So in my article, I should have the link of GApps. Just give me a second. Okay, let me open this article, which has all the other Android 16 based ROM for the Poco F5. And over here, we should be having the GApps link, which is here. So let's open it. And now there are 4 to 5 variants of GApp packages. For example, the first is the Core GApp with the least number of GApps. Then we have the, okay, skip the Go GApp because Go GApp for the Android Go phone only, which have 2 GB or less RAM. Skip this. So first is the Core GApp with the only 5 GApp packages. After that, we have the basic GApps, the Omni GApps, stock, and the full. In the full GApps, you will get all the GApp packages. For now, I'm using the Core GApps, and you may use either the light GApps, Nick GApps, Mindy GApps, or big GApps. So for now, I'm using the Nick GApps. So open this link and click on download now. Go to release section. From the release section, choose Android 16 base, choose the date, and now choose the desired GApp packages. So for now, I'm using the Core GApps, which is over here. Once you have got the GApp package, copy it and transfer the file inside the folder of platform tools, which is here. And then do a file renaming. Let's rename it to GApps. The name becomes gapps.zip. And now let's flash the file onto our phone. So choose apply update from ADB. Now open the CMD window. Type in the command of ADB sideload file name, which is gapps.zip. Hit the enter key. The flashing will now start and take up to a few seconds. Since the GApp package is not from the LineageOS family, you will get this error message. It's all normal. Just tap on yes. The flashing will now start and take some time. Depending on which GApps you have used, I use the Core GApp, which has the least number of GApps. So flashing will be very fast in my case. But if you use the stock or the full GApps, then that might take some time. But in my case, it was very fast. Finally, please do a formatting once again. Just to be on safer side, let's do a format data. And when that is complete, go back, tap on reboot system now. The first booting up will take up some time. That's all normal, nothing to worry about as such. From next time, that will not happen. So with that said, let's keep a tab on the boot logo or the boot animation, which should now appear anytime soon, and that will signify that the flashing has been done on our phone. Okay, in the meantime, one very important thing to discuss is this. Let me show you what I mean about. So while flashing the GApps, as of now, the LineageOS is still using the Android 16 QPR 0 and not the QPR 1 base. This is because Google has not yet released the QPR 1 source code even after so many weeks. That is why the source code is not public, and hence the LineageOS has to use the QPR 0. Therefore, you will not see the new UI theme which is for Android 16. That will not be shown in the LineageOS base for now. So it's not an issue from the LineageOS family. It's just an issue from the Google only. They are yet to roll out the source code for the Android 16 base, the QPR 1 base. That is why LineageOS is using the QPR 0, and you will not get the new theming engine. Apart from that, there's no other issue whatsoever. With that said, let's now get started. Next. For now, I'm skipping the initial process. If you want, you may link your Wi-Fi, connect to Google account, and restore all the app data. I am skipping all of that because that will take some time. And hit the start button. With this, we are now inside the OS, the Android 16 base, and we have a few GApps, the Play Store and the Play Service in the backend. We have the Play Service as well. The QoS panel is over here. This is the settings menu, as you could see. It's a clean stock UI experience with the least number of features. And let's go to the system section from here. Buttons, invert layout, edge, long swipe action. Let's say turn screen off. And you could now see it's off. I don't use this gesture because it tends to conflict with the back gesture. So I keep it turned off. Power menu, advanced restart is there as well. That's great to see. So you have the option to reboot to the system, recovery, Fastboot D, and the Fastboot mode. All that's fine. Apart from that, anything new as such, click to take partial screenshot. Then we have the status bar. You must show or hide the icons from here. Enable quick pull down, and it's working as you could see. System icons, show or hide the icons from here. Clock positioning left is fine for now. Show seconds, you could now see it's now shown. You may add AM PM as well. Battery style, let's go with circular. I want to see the battery percentage as well. Show percentage next to the icon, that is a must for me. Then the gestures, double press the power button, let's say to, okay, we cannot add any third-party app. That's not great to see. I was expecting a third-party app as well. Only the camera and the wallet is there. Then tap to check phone. All these are there in all the ASP ROMs. Then you may simply install the OS updates from this page, or simply do an ADB sideload as well from the recovery mode. Both will work. Apart from that, let's see in the display sections, lock screen, timeout, dark theme, colors, vivid, nothing new, smooth display 120 Hz, which will increase the battery drainage. Okay, tap to sleep, that's working. Tap to wake is also working. All of these are working well and good. Let's have a look at wallpaper and style section from this page. You may change the themes from here, the colors from here as well. Also switch to the light theme from this page, or go back to dark theme. Let's stick with the light for now. Then you may enable theme icons, and you could see they are now implemented. I am not a fan of this theme icon, so let me turn this off. We have the app grid size till 6x6, but 5 is the one which I use always, the maximum one. The icon shapes are quite a few ones. Let's go rounded, apply, and they are implemented. The font styles, let's go with Rubik. Finally, we have the icon shape. I choose the pebble one, this one, for both the app door and the home screen. The icon shapes you could see is now implemented. I don't think there's any clock style for the LineageOS. Let me still verify it once. Lock screen, okay, we don't have any clock. Only one single clock is there. You may change the color of the clocks, but that is it. You cannot change the clock styles. Okay, there are various colors to choose from. Let's go with the theme only. Then you may change the size, dynamic or small. If you change any other color, then you may also change the, you could say, the brightness of the colors, increase or decrease it. The default is fine. Then apart from that, let's go with the wallpaper. Okay, the home settings. Notification access is required because I want to see that Trebuchet launcher is the one from LineageOS. Go back, and swipe to start search. Use theme icon in app drawer. You could also enable that. Let's see circle to search. That is not there. We have to install it. I guess I'm using the code G app. That is why if you're using the stock or the full G apps, then you might get the circle to search, because in code G app you only have a few apps. That is why it might not be there. So guys, that's all from this video. As and when the ROM moves to the Android 16 QPR 1 base, I will update my article accordingly. In the meantime, that is all from this video. If you have any query, let me know in the comment section. And thanks a lot for watching.